Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today I have my cross stitch conversion project that I like to work on Saturdays and also share with you guys. I am already started just a little bit today and then stopped and then thought I'll just work on this part whenever I am filming this. So first of all, how's everybody doing? I always like to ask. And if you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Always nice to have new people and have my familiars. I really enjoy looking at all the comments, and I've seen several lately from ones that I have not heard from before, so I do appreciate that as well. If you are looking at this and you are wondering, what in the world am I doing? I am converting a cross stitch pattern into a diamond painting. And I do have a playlist on this, and I try to do this, if at all possible, on Saturdays as a WIP and chat. It also gives me more time to be able to do this. It gives me allocated time, so I know that I will at least get something accomplished on this project at least weekly. So that's the plan. I do try to work on this a couple of times during the week. At first, I was trying to do it every day, and honestly, with my schedule, with all the other work in progress that I have, it is just impossible for me to be able to do that. So I try to just spend as much time as possible a couple times a week to get further. I didn't do much on it, honestly, this week. I just had other things that I wanted to do. I did have a lot of filming that I did, and with the filming also comes editing. And so I did a lot of that this week, to where I've actually have gotten a little ahead on videos. Not a lot, but it's been kind of nice to be able to have more videos and not have to try to get one done every day or every other day. So that has definitely been a good thing. I'm trying to see where I need to be here. There's that brown one. Yep, right here. It's hard to tell. There we are. Okay. This one goes there. I have to think about it sometimes, what I'm doing. This is such a fun project. I really should spend more time on it, and I definitely would if I didn't have so many other WIPs going, but I feel like I need to get some of those done. And then once I get those done, I can have more time with this one. But more than likely not, because I'll probably just add another one, and that's fine. I'm not in any kind of hurry to finish. Although I would like to work on something else soon. This goes here. This one goes up one. There we go. So if you would like to work on something, of course, feel free. And hopefully, if you wanted to work on something, you will be able to get something done. And if not, you can also treat this like a podcast, because what I do with my cross-stitch conversions is, instead of doing a typical WIP and chat, what I will do is read comments from my WIP and chats, and then also from my cross-stitch conversions. That's what I usually do on Saturdays. And I think what I'm going to start doing, just to make it easier and that way so I don't miss anybody, is I am really thinking about, instead of responding to, let me get that one off. Instead of responding to my WIP and chats by typing, and then I also respond on Saturdays, I'm afraid doing it that way, I'm going to miss somebody if they post after the fact. So I think I'm just going to start on those, giving them hearts, and then I will respond on Saturdays. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm not reading them, I'm not paying attention. I read them almost as soon as I get them most times, and I'll put a heart by it so that way you know that, yeah, she did see it. And then I will go ahead and start doing that on Saturdays. It's a lot easier for me to find out where I stopped. And then also, again, if somebody posts later on, because I do have several new subscribers and they're looking at some of the older content, which is fine. And if they were to respond to something, then I would miss it on my Saturdays. And I want to give everyone same opportunity. And if you do not want me to read your comments out loud, then of course you can even put that on your posting or let me know and I won't read them out loud. But others can see them anyway, so I'm hoping that that's not an issue. It is really dark here. I hope that you can see this okay. I do have my lights on my table. I don't usually like doing that when I'm recording. I prefer natural light, but it is a nasty day today in Georgia, and it's been raining. It is supposed to rain some more off and on throughout the day, so it's kind of just dark and dreary. And this is Thursday for me, and I could actually have waited and done this tomorrow on Friday to see if the weather would cooperate a little better, but I am not going to be available tomorrow until probably after 8 p.m. and I do not want to record that late or take a chance. I don't want to record this one on Saturday, the day that it's supposed to go out, because this one does take longer to record and to edit. And so I really would rather go ahead and get it done. And that's what I am trying to do. But on Friday, I have a meeting, and it is going to take pretty much all day. So I'm not really crazy about that. So my husband and my daughter will be home. They're home on Fridays, but I won't be here. So I'm sure they'll go out to eat or something, and then when I get home, my husband he'll either have something picked up for me, I can heat it up, or I can pick something up. But we'll see. I'm not too concerned about that. It's just going to be a very, very long day. And that I'm not exactly crazy about. I don't know why this isn't, there it goes. Sometimes on my Kindle Fire, it just does not like to, now it's taking everything off. It does not like the touch screen for some reason. It doesn't do it all the time, but every once in a while, like it's doing now, it's just giving me a problem. Okay, that's that one. Now, and this is a fairly new tablet, so I don't know why it's doing that. It really shouldn't be. And I heard that from some people, their tablets didn't last a very long time. So I hope that's not the case with mine. Let's see. This one has, surprisingly, there are quite a few of the same color. So there's some color blocking, not much, right now, and I could multi-place, but with this one, with me having to count, a lot of times I don't. I just go ahead and just single place. It just makes it a little bit easier to do it that way. All right, so now, it's this one, I don't know why that's on here. I'm going to go ahead and start on some of my comments. I'm in a good place. Let me have to log back in. Okay, so the first comment is from Deborah Call. Deborah says, enjoys your WIP and chat. I spent the time coloring while I listened. And I have gotten back into coloring also. I don't usually color that much. I used to, and then I just stopped. But what I have been doing, and I really do like, is that I have Bible coloring books, and so I do my Bible journaling that way, and so I do get some coloring in by Bible journaling, but I'm also looking at some adult coloring books that's, not Bible journaling. It's just, really fun coloring books, and I haven't done that in a really long time. I have all of my colored pencils. I love my colored pencils. I also have some markers that I use that I really do like. So if you guys are into coloring, let me know what some of your favorite coloring books are. Adult coloring books, I would love to know. I'm not going to get back heavily into coloring, but because I just don't have the time doing this plus doing cards, and I just really don't have time to pick something else up. But I would like to be able to every once in a while just stop and color, because I enjoy that as well. And then I am listening to audiobooks, Audible. I have one credit that I get every month from Audible for my work. And then we also have Libby with our library, which I really do like. And so I've been listening more too, so I can color and I can listen. So that's definitely a good thing. Let's see. That goes there. Okay, let me go to the next one. The next one is from user at FK9MR1. Worked on my drills and chills while listening. So sorry to hear about your loss. Take care. And glad that you were able to work on your drills and chills. I need to work on mine too. I'm working on Halloween Cat, and that one, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I don't think it's going to take me very long. It is a lot of color blocking, which I was really surprised that it had so much color blocking, but I was kind of okay with that. Actually, this one should not go there. This one's in the wrong place. Oops. I'll just bring it back up. I usually don't do that, but why not? Okay. Actually, I did have this. This one goes here, not over there. Goodness. So don't do what I do if you're working on your cross-stitch conversions, because I obviously am having a terrible time, and it's doing it again. I really hope this does not mess me up. Every time that I am running through this and marking off my columns, it is going through and it is frogging my other ones. So if you guys, if I'm doing something wrong, I don't know what it is, but if I am, let me know, because something that just isn't right. Something that I'm doing is not right. There are two different colors if you are looking at this one. I don't think it's really going to matter. I hope not anyway. I thought that I purchased enough and plenty of all of the drills that I need, but apparently not, because I am short on this color, this one color. And in a way, I'm kind of not surprised, but in a way I am. Because when I first started doing this, I decided I was going to do a stitch in time. And so that's what this one is. But it was for the full version. And I had purchased 8 of the blank canvases. And I started thinking about that, and I thought, you know, you are not going to do this. You're going to finish 1, maybe 2, and then you're going to become extremely bored with this. You're going to have all these drills that you're not going to know what to do with. And then what? And so I was talking to my neighbor, and she does a lot with art with the high school, our local high school, one of our local high schools. And so she wanted to buy the blank canvas. So I'm like, okay, that is great. So she wanted to buy the blank canvas, and whenever she did that, I gave her mine. She bought them from me, and then I decided I wanted to look for something else, and I was looking, and I noticed that they had the mini chart of a stitch in time, and that's what this one is. It's doing it again. Okay, I'm getting really upset here. Okay. So once I saw that it had a stitch in time, and it was the mini version, which still is not mini, it's still rather large, but I thought I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that one instead, because I really like the canvas. That was not the issue. Bought it from Evermoment, and the canvas is really good quality, so that's not a problem at all. It was just me. When I saw it, I thought, yeah, I know how I am, and I know what's going to happen, and then I'm going to be mad at myself. I'm not going to get it finished. It's not going to look right. So when I saw the mini one, I went ahead and I got that one. Well, the drills that I had, because I had the regular version of a stitch in time, and I had the mini version, and they both had the same number of colors. Well, I assumed, which you should never assume anything, but I did. I assumed that because it was the same pattern, it was just smaller, it would be the same drills, but it would be, let's see, I'm trying to think where I am here. Right there, yes. Okay, it would be the same drills. It would just be less drills. And so I would just keep the drills, that I had. I could still use those. So that made perfect sense to me. Well, no. When I started to look at the pattern and I started kitting up, I realized some of the drills that are on the new pattern, which is this one, was not the same as the drills that were on the other pattern. So that was a little strange. So I went through the drills and realized, okay, I'm going to have to buy some more drills. Some of these drills I'm not going to need, but I will need them later, so that was no big deal. I'll need them for something else, so that worked out. And then I looked to see what I needed, ordered how much that I needed, And so I thought that I had plenty of everything. But I'm already seeing where I was low on this one color. So this weekend, I'm going to go through, because I have a huge box of drills that I had purchased from Evermoment for this particular project. So I'm going to go through those drills and I'm going to see what I need. And then I will order, because if I am almost out of this color already, then more than likely I am going to be out of other colors. At least that's kind of my reasoning right now. So I went through all of my spares, and of course I don't have this color. It happens all the time. I have all the spares. I have a playlist on how I organize, and then I go to it, and lo and behold, I don't have the spares that I need. So it's almost like, why am I even doing this? Why am I saving my drills? And I go to them, and of course the ones I need are not there. But that's okay, it does happen. Okay, let's go to the next comment and the next color. I love this tray. I need to order me a larger one. This was from the Great Lakes Retreat, and this is a Firefly. And I need to see what size that I need. I have no idea. I was looking on their website and I wasn't sure what to order. Okay, the next one is from Lori Joseph. Lori says, "Hi Debbie, I enjoyed following along with your WIP and chat. I'm working on Luna Moth Witch for drills and chills. I'm glad that you are doing well. Have a great week." And I'm not sure on that one, Luna Moth. I can't place which one that one is. Is that a Diamond Art Club? It sounds familiar, but I just don't remember what that one looks like. Very curious though. Glad you were able to get some work done. That's always nice. Okay, the next one. Okay, when I need to go to another comment. This is why I think I need to do my comments where it does not automatically put them under responded, so that way I can see what's going on. That one. Okay, here is, this one was from last week. Okay, this came from Guiding 777. Says, "Hey neighbor, I live in Northeast Georgia mountains near Helen." And that is really cool. I didn't know of anyone that was close by or fairly proximity. And I do know that Stephanie is fairly close. She is Lazy River. And so I think that's really cool. I didn't realize that we had somebody else, so that's really nice. We like to go to Helen. We have not been there in a number of years, but it's a cute little town. And we just like to go sometimes in October, really the middle to end of October when the leaves start changing around here. And we just drive sometimes on a Saturday or a Sunday, mainly just to get out of the house. And we just go wherever. We usually will go to the mountains because that's the best place for us to see leaves changing here. And sometimes we will take a picnic lunch because my daughter really likes that. And we will just stop at a park somewhere and we will have lunch, or we will have, sometimes we won't even have lunch. We will actually have just snacks. So it just really depends, you know, on what we're doing. And we just like to go. And so we did go to Helen, but we haven't been so in a while. So we may even do that this year. But that's a lot of fun to have someone who is fairly close by. None of my friends are diamond painters. They just don't really care for it. They haven't really tried it, but they don't really want to because they don't want to start something new. I totally get it, because then they're like me and they'll want to go all out, buy all the things, and then they will work on something new. And so, you know, I get it, because now that I'm really into diamond painting, I am not going to start anything else. I don't care what comes around. I am going to just stick with my diamond painting, and that is pretty much all that I'm going to do, which to me, that is fine, because I have so much other stuff in my craft room, and I don't need anything else. I don't need to buy anything. I don't need to spend any more money, that's for sure, on the money. And I am invested pretty heavily in diamond painting, as I'm sure a lot of us are. And I have so many diamond paintings right now in my stash. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. Just to the point where I just absolutely have to get some finished. I really shouldn't start on anything until I can get some of my diamond paintings finished. I shouldn't buy any more. But sometimes it's just hard not to. And I say, I'm not going to buy anything, and then Diamond Art Club will come up with something that is really cool. And it's like, oh yeah, I have to have it. Just like this last Saturday, I wasn't going to buy anything, and then what happens? The Hannah Lynn comes out. And when I saw the Hannah Lynn with her little rain boots and she was walking in the rain, I thought, you know, if this is a limited edition, which typically Hannah Lynn's aren't, but if this is a limited edition and I miss this, I'm going to be sad. And that's when I thought, yep, this means that you really want this, you want to do it, because you're going to be sad if you don't have it. And because of that, I went ahead and got it. And it just came in, and I haven't opened the box yet, but I will say that the box is really heavy. I don't know how many drills are in there. I don't even know if it's a square or a round. Not even sure what size. I just saw it and I thought, man, I want this one. So that's what I did. But I did use points, so there is that I was able to use points, which made it extremely nice. Just that one over here. 1, 2, 3. Go down here some. But this week, so far, and I don't plan on buying anything, I am good to go. Good to go. And even if something comes up, unless it's something like where it was Hannah Lynn, where I just absolutely had to have it, and I know where I'm going to put that one, so I was okay with buying it. But otherwise it was like, no, I just keep looking at my stash and thinking, what am I going to do with all of this? And then it doesn't really matter. I don't really need to do anything with any of them. I just kind of do, but this one's going to be here. And I don't diamond paint, so I have So I have decorations or anything for my walls. Most of the time I don't even put them on my walls, but I just do it because it's fun and it relaxes me. It's one of the very few crafts or even anything, any kind of activities that I have done that relaxes me, helps with anxiety. And so that's the main reason why I diamond paint. And if someone wanted one of mine and I wasn't planning on doing anything with it, then I would gladly let them have it. I'm not doing it to sell. Of course, that would be really nice, but I'm not doing it to try to make any money or anything like that. I think that would be really difficult too. Oh, here we go again. Okay. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with all of these. And my husband even asked me the other day, I had something that came in, it was actually a PR package. And he said, what are you planning on doing with all this stuff? I'm like, I have no idea. But if I just put it in a portfolio, if I just put it under the bed, whatever I decide to do, that will be a-okay. And not sure how much he was crazy about that answer, but it is what it is. Oh no, what did I just do? This is not looking good here. Yeah, over. This is fully charged too. I know when it's not fully charged, it does some wonky things. I don't want that. Worry about that later. I'll get to that one. Okay. I'm just honestly not sure what's going on with this. I hope I haven't missed any. Let's see. That one goes there, and that one, okay. I could do this using Pattern Keeper and just using the actual pattern. I don't think I would like doing that very well. I mean, if I have to, I certainly could, but it is not something that I think I would really be crazy about. Those. I am sure I'm gonna miss some of these when I get up there. I'm gonna have to look and see what I've done. Let's see. That one goes right there. Goodness, okay, I think that's all of the 730s. Okay, the next one is from Kathy Clark. Kathy has one symbol that she calls the Chinese Y. She asked her son what it is, and it's the yin symbol. And I was talking about different symbols and how I name all of my symbols. And so I'm not sure. I need to look and see. She says she calls it the Chinese Y. I don't know if that is the one that is the upside down one, or it's the one that looks like a Y, but it has like little curly cues on the end. And I was going to look that up, and I didn't do it. But do you guys have any symbols that you name that are kind of symbols that you're not really sure what they are, but you know what it looks like to you? I would love to hear what you guys do. I need to move this down some. Love to hear some comments from you guys that how you name some of yours. And some of them on mine are just really funny that I have named. The ones that look like bunny ears, it kind of looks like the Playboy bunny ears, but I just call them bunny ears. It also could be like the old-timey rabbit antennas that we used to have when I was growing up. And I'm sure some of you will remember the rabbit ear antennas. I'm sure they don't even have those anymore. But yeah, I grew up with rabbit ear antennas. And my daughter was talking about our remote wasn't working very well, and so we kind of assumed that with our remote that the batteries were running down, and so that we needed to go and get some more batteries. And so my daughter said, well, back in your day, did the remote take batteries or something about the remote? And so my husband was so funny. He piped up really quick and he said, well, back in the day, he said, you're looking at the remote. And she said, you had the same remote as what we have now? And so that's not what he was referring to. He was talking about himself. He said that whenever his parents, he was younger, and his parents wanted to change the TV or to see what was on TV, that he would have to get up and go and change it. And she was so funny. She's like, you mean you didn't have remote? That sounds, really barbaric. And we were just both dying out laughing because, she just couldn't believe that no remote. Then he started talking about, well, we didn't even have cable for the longest time. And our cable box looked really funny. And, we didn't have this, we didn't have internet. And so that brought on the conversation. You didn't have internet, well, how did you do research? So then that was a whole nother topic of how you had to go to the library in order to do research, and they had what was called the Dewey Decimal System. And she actually had heard about the Dewey Decimal System through school. I don't know how, but somehow they'd gotten on Dewey Decimal in one of her classes, and she said, yeah, that was really ancient. I cannot imagine having to use the Dewey Decimal System in order to find a book. I'm like, yep, that's what you had to do. Back in the old days, as she likes to call it. But it's just always funny to me to talk to her about things that we had that is no longer existing. Because I remember doing the same thing with my mom. I'm thinking, how did they live? How are they able to survive when they didn't have this or this? And then that just got me on a tangent with Paige. I'm like, yeah, I had the same conversation with your Nana. And, she thought that it was really funny too. But yeah, I have no idea how I just got on this tangent. But anyway, sometimes I do that. I do that with my friends too. Like when you're on a WIP and chat and you're chatting like you're talking to friends, I do the same thing with my friends. It's like, okay, they'll answer something. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And they're like, well, I'm talking about so-and-so. I'm like, oh, I've been off of that for the last 5 minutes. We're on to something else. You need to keep up. And they'll just start dying out laughing. And my husband does the same thing. I'll just be talking about something, and then he will answer me. I'm like, what does that have to do with this? And he's like, but I thought we were talking about so-and-so. And I'm like, nope, that conversation is long gone. You need to keep up. And so he's like, I bet you do that on your WIP and chats too. Yep, yes, I do. So hopefully it does not drive you guys bonkers, because it does him. It drives him crazy that I do that. And I can't help it. That's just how I roll. It just kind of is what it is. And that's where he thinks it's kind of funny. 1, 2. All right, I'm trying to, I know I'm not going to finish these because I'm almost out of my comments. And so not really sure what else to talk about since I've already been off on one tangent. Try to at least stay on topic. Try to the majority of the time. Doesn't always work. This one goes. Okay, that goes there. Now I can go down to next one. Okay. So now I'm on this one. Okay. So the next one is from Angie's Crafting with Diamonds. Angie says, "Hi Deb, she loves hearing about my plans and my WIPs. The cat will be super fun with crystal eyes." And I think so too. I'm not sure how, I'm almost up to the eyes on my Halloween cat. Not quite there yet, but I am getting there. Slowly, but I am getting there. And I am really not sure how I am going to bling that one up. We shall see. Okay, that one goes here. But it's looking really good. And I mentioned on my WIP and chat that I would more than likely go ahead and bling up the eyes with crystals. It's much easier, I think, to bling up on a person than an animal. I have, though, blinged up the whiskers of the cat, and that has turned out really cute. Now over here, that's those two. I'm hoping to get that one finished fairly soon so I can go ahead and start on a little witch that I have, and that was from last year. So I'd like to do that one next. It's also a small one. I would need to unbox it, and also I would need to kit it up. I probably should have done that one before I did Halloween Cat, since it is older, but I guess that's okay. I don't think it really matters how old it is. This one goes here. Do you like to bling up even if you have ABs or special drills that come with a kit? I used to not. I used to only use what came with the kit, never change anything. And then I did one time. I thought, I'm going to change this. I think it needs something. And so I added some ABs. And whenever I did, it made all the difference in the world. And so from then on, I'm like, oh, I like doing this. So now I have quite a few special drills that I have ordered, especially when I went to the Great Lakes retreat. I didn't order. I went and purchased right there from Tmall. She was there. They had a really nice table just full of all kinds of shiny goodies. And so I spent more than I definitely should have, but I should not need any for a very long time. So I guess that's a plus. See, I missed one over here at 9/3/8 now. It was a lot of fun just to be able to look and to see what exactly that she has, what you can do with some of these. And now I have more ideas. I just haven't done anything. And I did purchase a canvas that had on Tmall's website, DP with Sparklers, it has, which I thought was really cool, I'm easily amused. But it had the canvas that I was looking at was already blinged up where she had blinged it. And so I thought, that's a lot of fun. So she blinged up that canvas, and I decided that I really liked it and I wanted to, I forget where I am, that I wanted mine to look similar to that one. And so I did. I went ahead and purchased those, and that's going to be really fun. But I've got to figure out, because I usually don't follow a pattern or anything of what to bling up. I just bling it up whenever I'm looking at it and I think this will look good, and I'll do it. And if I don't like it, then I'll take the drills out. But on this one, it tells you, gives you, ideas of how she blinged it up. But so now I've got to figure out, how do I do that and keep up with it? So how am I going to know when I want something blinged up? And I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to keep up with it. I am going to mark the regular drills. I'm going to put a little check mark on it, so that way I will know that I need to look at the directions to see if I want to bling that section up. But other than that, I haven't done that. I don't do anything beforehand and think this is how I want to do it. I don't design anything out. I don't even do that with my cards. And some people that I know that scrapbook, they would always have a guideline of what they were planning on doing, and I would just wing it. I don't know if that's the best way to do it or not, but that's what I would always do. And so I kind of do that with my diamond paintings. I just kind of wing it. I'm sure that would drive some people crazy, but for me, it works. It works out much better for me just to wing it than it does for me to try to figure out what I want to do, because that makes me even more stressful. There's a few of 3012s. I will do 3012, and I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm hoping by next week that I can get down to, I don't know if I can do all of these. What do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 blocks to get to the end of this column. And I am not sure that I will be able to get that far in 1 week. And it's really, I guess it's really not that much, but it is when you're doing other things. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself. That maybe I can get down a little bit further, so that will be nice. To be able to get a little further down on this column or row, whichever. I'm used to Excel spreadsheets, so this would be a column. But if you're not, you may call this a row. I don't know. Let's see. Oops, got one there. But I think that this is going to be really pretty whenever it is done. I'm not in a hurry, so that's a good thing because it's going to take me a while. That one. Oops, I missed that one. 8. So we will see how far that I get before next week. It depends on what's going on at work and also on my other diamond paintings, because I do rotate, but there's a couple that I'm getting really close to finishing. And so I really want to get those done, if at all possible. May not be possible, but we shall see. I am at 17.91%. My goal is to get to 20 by the end of the year, so I think I will surpass that goal. I'm excited about that. I have only laid down 13,507 drills, and that's just not very many. I'm just slow with this. I have laid down 299 stitches or drills today, so that's a start, I guess. I am going to finish these 4 that I started with you guys today. I will finish that later on this evening, and then I'll probably get back to one of my other canvases. I am so close to finishing Poseidon that I would love to get that done. So stay tuned for a post review on that one, and that is from Mary's Diamonds, and then which is now Bella Diamonds. So make sure that if you have not subscribed, you may want to do so you do not miss any of those notifications or alerts. And then also I have a couple other videos next week that are coming out. One is an unboxing for my largest painting to date, and it is huge. That will come out next Thursday. And then I also will have a kitting up on that one sometime shortly after. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.